Let me come clean about something. I'm grateful for this here garage. It may be cluttered, it may have a slight problem with mouse feces, but it's my garage, and I like it. Well, yes, sir, we are going deep. Deep into the heart of anyone who's ever had an old home, wanted an old home, or watched this old house on public television. This is my garage. I think this was built around the 1940s. And of all the places that I've lived, all the homes that I've owned personally, this garage is in the best shape of all of them. My first house was in Missoula, Montana. It was a one-story shotgun-style stucco home. And it didn't have a traditional space to park a car. And in its backyard, there was a shed with a plum tree, a lot of noxious weeds, and a hornet's nest. I couldn't store much in that shed. Mostly, I kept a Black & Decker corded electric lawnmower. Our second house was in Great Falls, Montana, and it was about the same age as the garage that you're seeing here. But the roof was all collapsed in. So we used it for storage, and I kept my toolbox in there, but it wasn't anything I ever thought about spending any significant time in. And given that that was around the time of the global economic meltdown and the housing crisis, I never really thought that I would have another opportunity to own a home. It just wasn't front of mind. So after years of renting, when we had the chance to buy this home, the weathered and aged wood, the cracked and uneven concrete, I considered it a major upgrade. And it wasn't so nice that I couldn't start to put my mark on it. I didn't have to be too precious about the quality of the work that I was doing. And in the journey to become a little bit handy, you got to do stuff, and you got to do stuff that doesn't turn out 100% perfect. For me, it was a major milestone to get stuff out of random boxes and up onto a French cleat system for the first time. I probably watched 100 YouTube videos about French cleats before I ever had a chance to cut the cleats myself on a table saw. Yes, my shop is covered in sawdust and is a chaotic mess. At some point, it would be so easy for me to do the top 5 things I hate about my garage, but let's save that for another time. There's something about me that doesn't do well with disorganization, but I'm prone to it. So there's one thing about the garage is that it's a lifetime's worth of problem solving. Figuring out how to keep it from being a complete chaotic disaster. I think the holy grail for me is that the garage floor is so cracked, bumpy, and spalled that it's real uncomfortable to work in. Someday I'd love to resurface the whole thing or even get it all jacked out and get a brand new concrete floor in there. One project that you've seen a little bit of is this workbench that's attached to the wall. I fortified the wall that I was hanging the bench on. And I think attaching it to the wall is real functional because it keeps it a little bit more flexible to pull the car in and keep it from getting real cluttered on the floor. It looks real pretty with this cedar that I used. And I added this little touch of adding these fabricated steel braces to keep it extra secure and stout. And I love materials, and this was a really fun project to kind of play around with different treatments of the metal. One's got a hammer finish, but both are coated with beeswax, which looks really cool and is functional. And I put them in with these pretty heavy-duty construction screws. So getting the workbench squared away was one major milestone in my garage journey. The garage is still chaotic, and it's still a constant struggle to keep it from being overwhelmed with garbage and cardboard. But I'm grateful for this old garage. Well, I hope you enjoyed following along on the journey of my imperfect garage, which I very much appreciate. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next video.